To my white brothers and sisters, I'm not politically correct. I tell it like it is. When I hear someone say go back to your country, it's always from a white person directed at a black or brown person. But that makes no sense because our ancestors weren't from here, and we stole this land, and we're still colonizing it. And when I hear black and indigenous and people of color talk about reparations, I hear a white person in the background yelling reverse racism. But that makes no sense because white people have never been and are not being oppressed based on their race. So white people, I have a question. Why are you so afraid of losing your position in society? Why are you so afraid of losing the comfort that white supremacy has given you? Why are you so afraid of actual equality? Learn up.
Okay, sorry I look like this. I'm actually in the middle of moving to Norway. But I have something to say to any white people watching. Of course you're uncomfortable. Guilt is one of the most uncomfortable feelings ever. Now, you don't have to feel guilty because you were never the one oppressing. You've been not racist, you've been equal, you've been open. But as a race, we are guilty. Not as individuals necessarily. But let's look at our discomfort and our guilt as taking off a band-aid or a plaster. If you're taking it off and halfway through it's too painful, you don't put it back on. You keep going. Wounds won't heal by neglecting them. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling guilty, it will feel like that. Keep pushing. Imagine what people of color feel. Yeah, that's it.
The reason why you become dynamic now, also you see the difference in what racism is, do you not? Racism implies you have not just prejudice, but the power to do something with that prejudice. Now, I don't like you, not only that, but I'm going to control whether you can get, I may say I hate you. I hate white people. I hate them. It's not going to change you getting that, loan when you go to the bank. I can hate you all the way to the bank. Not going to change. Do you see the difference? That whereas white racism says, not only do I not like you, but I'm going to change the impact of where you can live. I'm going to determine with that racism where your powers are. You following me?
They're saying that minorities will want to get even with white people once white people become a racial minority here in the United States. Here's the thing that white people don't understand. All non-white people want is to be left alone. So as the white population starts to go down and other populations start to rise, again, non-white communities want to be left alone. It's not about retribution. It's not about vengeance. All of that would have happened a long time ago. It's about leave me alone and let me live my life. But white people have this great fear of what not being in power will mean for them. And who are they? Who am I as a white person if I am not in power, if I am not the oppressor, if I am not the one making all of the rules, and having everyone do things my way? That's the fear.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, we all know for so many years white people in America, they have been voting against their own interests. These people, they have been voting to punish the people of the color, the black people, the immigrant people, and they have been voting against racism. But this time round, things are changed in America. We are seeing how white people, they are going through challenges and they struggle in America. Majority of them, they cannot even afford basic necessity. We have been seeing the white farmers, they have been going bankrupt. These people, they are crying because of the bad decision they made. So right now, these people, they are really furious and confused towards the black people because whatever they are going through, they are not seeing black people complaining. These people, they are not happy to see black people. They are not complaining. They are not happy to see black people are protesting with them. So these people right now, they are furious, and they are seeing that black people, they are silent and their country, it is falling down. So kindly guys, I want you to watch and to listen to this compilation of video till the end. Then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Remember, this video, it is only for educational purpose. Remember to give this video a thumbs up.
White people, I keep getting this comment right here. So my question is this: do y'all look at all black people as the same? And I want to ask y'all, I don't want to hear from nobody else but y'all. Like I said, I don't know what Hulk Hogan did. I don't know. And I don't care what he did, because he wasn't never my favorite wrestler. I always liked the Kane and Undertaker. What I'm asking is, do y'all look at every black person and be like, yeah, I don't like them, I don't like him, or I don't like that type? Or y'all just don't like black people at all? Like I said, it's no hard feeling. It's just me asking a simple question. Because me personally, I don't feel like y'all dislike us. I feel like y'all dislike a certain...
Hey y'all, did y'all know that only a president can inflict martial law? But he needs just cause to do that. But did you also know that only he can take martial law off the table? So that means he can keep martial law on for as long as he see fit. So in 2 years, when we want to vote these spineless ass congressmen out of office and put people in there that'll stand up to him, that's if he lasts 2 years, that he can still say we under martial law. And during martial law, there's no elections going on. You can't do elections during martial law. So he's trying to bait black people to go out there and do violence and protest so he can say, oh, martial law, so it won't be no elections. Then that motherfucker can stay in there forever. In 4 years, he can say, oh, we're still under martial law. That's what he's trying to do. So I'm going to keep putting videos out there and say, black people, stay in the house. The system been doing us wrong for so fucking long, and now the system needs us for violence. It needs our attitude. It needs our violence. It needs us to get angry. So they're trying to release people that they know will make us angry. So just stay angry and just stay sitting. Because by doing nothing, we're disrupting this natural flow of America. America is being disrupted. Because without black people doing what we do best, the system is breaking down. And not to mention Trump breaking down the system by his damn self. But it needs us. So we ain't going to give him what he wants. Release them all. That's all I say. We still ain't going to do nothing. They'll probably get theirs in the street, but we ain't going to do nothing. We ain't going to go out there. We're sitting down and doing nothing because right now we're fucking winning this shit. And we could play the long game. We've been playing this game since America started. We could start this game over again.
Instead of confronting the problems in their community, they immediately go to black people. You pivoting to black people. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's why I don't like to hear no talk from other groups, other immigrants. No, notice they didn't pivot to Hispanics. They didn't pivot to Asians. That's why all that people of color crap and all this other groups need to do this and that. No, they pivot immediately to black people. They didn't pivot to Africans. They didn't pivot to Caribbeans. Immediately pivot to us. That's what they do. They never want to confront their issues. And that alone, not confronting their issues, is what they're talking about. Their numbers. That's what's getting rid of your numbers, is you not confronting your issues. They were talking very, very greasy before this guy was captured. Now, since he's captured, all their conversation got different now. Trump was talking about radical left and all, but Trump was just going in about that. Right? Then they capture him and they like, oh, well, I mean, this is sad. I'm like, what I'm learning about, I have learned about that culture. They have a rule. It don't matter what horrific thing that they do, you do not openly condemn it. You don't. It don't matter who you do it to, who they do it to. And a lot of them like Charlie Kirk. I would think that they would really be just on the same energy. Why you turn the energy to black people when you should be turning it to your own community and say, wait a minute, hold on, what are we doing in this community? Why are we doing all this? It's no discussion.
Why do white people resent black excellence? Let's talk about it. Not all white people are racist, obviously, but there is a specific subset for whom black excellence seems like a personal affront to them, right? It really bothers them when black people succeed. The 13th Amendment emancipated enslaved black Americans in 1865, and then the Jim Crow laws kind of wrapped up with the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. So if we do the math, that's about 61 years in which black Americans were able to strive for success in any sort of meaningful way without like the constraints of the law pulling them down. 61 years. If we compare that to white Americans who besieged a land already owned and occupied by indigenous Americans, we'll put that around 1620 when, the Mayflower came here, then that gives them about 425 years to establish success in this country. 425 versus 61. If we compare those two fundamentally very different time spans, like, how much did white Americans actually do in all that time? If we were to compare even the poorest and most underprivileged of white America to black America generally, it is clear that white Americans are born way past the start line, right? By that I mean, by like nature of being white in American society, you do benefit from all sorts of privileges. And like, to be frank, you're not exhausted by the horrible experience of facing racism on a daily basis, right? You do have a ton of privileges. So I imagine existing in this bubble of privilege that you like totally deny, the existence of black people for whom success is like second nature when it comes so easily and so readily, even though you've only had 61 years to achieve it, I imagine that's exhausting and frustrating. I imagine it makes people feel super, super inferior and hurts certain people's tiny, tiny little egos. And what do they blame that deep, deep psychic pain on? Well, of course, DEI and critical race theory and affirmative action. So I guess the question is, what might help those white Americans who just so strongly detest black excellence? Like, what will help you? And for that, I would suggest like a lot of therapy, like a ton of therapy. And I would also just suggest that we open the schools, right? We teach people history. Yeah, maybe? Okay, bye.
But I have to say, the strongest magic white folks used on black folks was telling us that our indigenous spirituality and cosmology was demonic. That has to be the strongest magic that white folks used on our ancestors. And of course, it didn't work on all of our ancestors because the beautiful spirituality of hoodoo existed and still continues to exist. But even up until this point, even right now, 2025, most black folks still believe that their indigenous African spirituality and cosmology, they believe right now that hoodoo is demonic. And that is, my folks, the strongest, most powerful magic white folk have ever used on black folk all around the world and here in the United States as well. Keep the faith. Ise, Ashe, Ayibobo. Peace.
There always has to be one. There is always someone who has bought into the manufactured idea that people with melanin are more violent than people without. There is always someone out there loud and wrong that slips into the comments with a subtly racist remark, and then when I call them out on it, they get blatantly racist. But I always wonder, can you blame these people for how they think? Because the media always portrays us as violent. Look at the difference between the protests a couple days ago and the protests of 2020. 95% of those protests in 2020 were peaceful, uneventful, but they were not covered. And the only thing that was covered was when the riots happened, which were started and escalated by the law enforcement. The only thing that people like this saw were the escalated images. And without the education system actually teaching history and unwhitewashed history in our schools, it is really hard for people like this to understand and know the truth unless they actually go out of their way to read and learn the truth, which, come on. Most people can't even find a good source to the truth of real history. A lot of the time, we only learn about 5 people that did great acts in the civil rights movement and beyond. We don't really know much about the people that helped us get out of slavery itself. And a lot of people don't even know what happened during slavery, being that schools now are trying to equate it to indentured servitude with free housing and healthcare and food. But if you are feeling some kind of way about your level of knowledge about Black history, I got exactly what you need. Black AF History, The Unwhitewashed Story of America by Michael Harriot. This book goes from the start of slavery and how it started in the first place, all the way to the two-party system and how that was even invented to keep Black people in check. This book talks about the resistance leaders that we had during the slavery times, as well as the leaders that we had even after the Emancipation Proclamation. This book even talks about the Second Amendment and the creation of correctional facilities and officers. After reading this book, you can get a sense of how America was created and the systems that were put in place from the very beginning to keep Black people down. It even goes into how ghettos were created and how the hood was formed, creating so-called gangsters and hood life in the Black community in order to keep us at the bottom. I don't expect the person who wrote this comment to actually want to enlighten themselves and read this book, but for the people who are waking up and the people who are realizing that Black people have been targeted and you really want to know and understand our history, this book right here is going to be what you need. The last time I tried to make a video about this, this was out of stock, and it has less than 1,000 copies right now. It is also 20% off, so I would go ahead and get your copy super quick before they sell out again. This keeps selling out so quickly, so I have been waiting to make a video about this, and I'm doing it really quick so that you can get yours now.
Can we talk about how miserable white people are for a second? Like, you know that white people are miserable, right? Like, have you ever looked a white person in the eye, even if they're like a big mental health person? You just look deep down and you're like, brother, you are not happy at all. And truly, it breaks my heart. But one reason, I think, one of the main reasons that a lot of white people, a lot of us are really unhappy and miserable is because we lack internal congruence. Now, congruence is a concept we learned early in grad school to help people heal. And congruence is basically internal alignment. Values and actions are on the same page, right? Like, we accept every part of ourselves. We feel peace, security in who we are, congruence. And no matter how hard you try, you can never find internal congruence if you're not congruent with the world around you. If you're not understanding what's real and seeing reality and affirming what's true. So like white people who deny patriarchy and capitalism's negative effect and oppression of the world and genocide that's happening around the world, like that's incongruent with reality. That is going to have an effect on us internally. Because to deny what's happening in real time, we have to deny certain parts of us, certain emotions, certain thoughts that come up. And the more we run for that, the more incongruent and separate we feel, the more dissonance that comes, the more miserable we are. And a lot of times we're not actually dealing with our own pain and our own reality because we're all suffering under capitalism and white supremacy. Like, it affects us different ways in intersectionality, but like it affects us white people too. You don't think a stormtrooper in the fucking Star Wars movies hates his life? You don't think he hates being bossed around all the time? You don't think poor white people living in the empire, like in a city walls, like in a Game of Thrones, like you don't think that they're miserable under it, even though they're not miserable the most? To be congruent inside, to not be miserable anymore, it takes accepting the realities of the world, seeing how those toxic systems affect us, and then moving to actually be congruent. Because deep down, humanity has goodness at its center. So yeah, white people, we're miserable because we're not congruent, because we're denying the realities of the world, and thus denying ourselves.
Come to my comment section to see white people fight for the right to remain violent towards black people, and we stay silent.
You're in? Okay, good. Here we go. If you guys want to have jokes for days, like just crack up, you need to come to my comment section, particularly when I'm speaking about Mzungus and their behavior. You will see them in that comment section fighting for the right to be racist. And they do it on fake accounts. It's hilarious. Like, they get so wound up with my videos, and all my videos talk about is their behavior, and then they come to the comment section and do said behavior that I'm speaking about. So yes, if you want to have a good old, see what I'm talking about, come to my comment section, because it's always buzzing. And I forever love when the black people go in there and just drop their one-liners. Boom. The anger of white people to black people is that they want the right. They want to remain to have the right in law and society and our environment to remain violent towards us. That's really what the problem is. They are fighting for the right to remain violent towards us, and us say nothing about it. That is why they are angry with the videos I make. That is what they're fighting for. And they come to the comment section to do. You see, in politics with Donald Trump right now, they want the right to abuse black people, and black people say nothing about it. That is that is the proudness they want to keep. And yeah, I'll be on this hill by myself if I must. Yeah. So no thanks. Back to sender.
What can white people do that black people can't.
White people have co-opted the word black fatigue to mask racism and say racist and prejudice tropes about us online. I figured I'd make a video to describe my white fatigue, my white malaise, my white exhaustion. FYP shows you what you're looking for. So if you're saying you're opening TikTok and all you're seeing is brawls and fights of black people, look within. Because why are you searching for us? Why are you monitoring us? You guys have the biggest monitoring spirits of life. If you're so tired of us, just leave us alone. I'm tired of white criminals. White people commit 70% of the crimes and arrests in this country. No such thing as black on black crime. You guys created that to continue to paint us as savages. Meanwhile, you guys are the ones committing all the crime. I'm tired of kids not being safe in school because people are being shot by white boys and girls in school. I'm tired of mass shootings in public places. I'm tired of bombers blowing up races, blowing up buildings. White people killing people. I'm tired of white serial killers. I'm tired of you guys praising white serial killers and then glorifying them by making movies and TV shows. White men committing crime and not going to jail. Stealing money from people's grandparents and stealing money from citizens and then you give them more and more. I'm tired of you guys causing the conditions for people not to be developed around the world or undeveloped and then label them as third world countries, second world countries, and then blame them for the reason that they're not developed, even though you're the reason they're not developed. I'm tired of being exposed to food that's been seasoned with air and imagination because these cows and chickens didn't have to die for no reason. I'm tired of Karens not minding their own business, and then when confronted about the business they didn't mind, then they have white tears, which then cause harm to white bodies, which then predicates police brutality, which you guys are the ones that perpetrate. So I'm tired of the fact that your grandparents and your great-grandparents caused the conditions for black people to live in ghettos, black people not to own homes, black people not to have access to education, access to funds and programs, and then blame us for living in the ghetto, and then blame us for the violence that we are subject to, and then blame us for the conditions that we live in. Wow. Story after story of teachers having inappropriate relationships with their teenage students. Tired of the white hoods and KKK and the neo-Nazis, some which just got attacked in Ohio because they felt entitled to be openly racist. Really confused and tired about those rock concerts where you guys go ahead and beat each other up, but we're savages. Very savage, uncouth ghetto behavior. Beating each other up for fun at concerts. Tired of the opioid crisis. I'm tired of white middle-class men who are criminals, who all they care about is the bottom line, and they willingly put drugs into the system which kill kids and which kill college students. Wow. I'm tired of seeing overweight people in my 600-pound life not doing anything with themselves and living off the government. I'm tired of white people being the largest recipients of welfare in this country and DEI programs. I'm tired of the history that you guys created in this country, to the point where my parents are the first people in my family that integrated schools. My parents are the first people in my family that had full rights. Not even my mother. Sorry, my dad was maybe. And you guys acting like it's not real. That's what I'm tired of. Have a beautiful day, white folk.
Get probation for rape charges so they don't ruin their future. Walk away from traffic stops. Get reduced sentences in comparison to people of color. And then turn around and claim it wasn't because of privilege.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how white folks, they are really confused and furious over black people's silence and the America, it is falling down. So we all know the black people, they tried to warn these people, the MAGA people, the Republicans, white folks, not to vote in for this administration, but majority of white folks, they didn't want to listen the warning from black people. Black people, they knew what it is coming, and these people, they know that this DJT policy will come and will only affect black people and immigrant people. So these people, they voted because they voted to punish the black people and immigrant people. But who is God? God came through for immigrant people and black people and the people of the color. Right now, we are seeing the same punishment that these people, they voted black people to be punished. It is now punishing them. We have been seeing majority of white folks, they cannot even afford basic necessity. We have seen majority of their farmers, they are going bankrupt. Their crops, it is rotting in the farms. And we have seen how Donald Trump, he came with the tariffs. Also the tariff, it has really affected the farmer people. So this one is to tell you that these people, they knew they are going to punish black people, but the punishment will not come to them. But right now we are seeing they are being punished, and yet the black people, they decided to stay silent. So when black people, they are deciding to stay silent, these people, they are seeing that as if black people, they are not affected. No, black people, they are also, they are being affected, and black people, they have been going through these challenges and the struggle for over 400 years. So right now black people, they have decided to stay silent and see what you guys you will do, because black people, they have been thriving through the same challenges and the struggle. Black people, they have been raising these challenges and the struggle they have been facing in America, but you guys, the white folks, they didn't want to listen. So right now it is affecting them, and they want help from black people. They want black people not to stay silent. They want black people to come out and talk, but black people, they are now silent. They want also them to feel what black people, they have been feeling for over 400 years. So kindly guys, I want to read some of the comment here, the shocking comment here, and see what our fellow black people, they have come through and say in the comment section. So this one saying that, keep still black people, God will protect you all. Yeah, so this one saying that God of black, it's going to protect all black people. So this one saying that peace be still, my silence is powerful, amen. So this one saying that they have been absolute monster. This one saying that South Africa black need to see this video so they can get some sense into their hard-headed skull. So this one saying that look what happened to Black Wall Street, who destroyed it. This one saying that black people say on code, sitting on the couch. Yeah, this one is saying that black Americans are the real indigenous people of America. Yeah, so this one saying that black Americans, they are the real indigenous people in America. And for me, I can agree with you, because we all know these are people, they stole land. This land, which it is called America, it is a stolen land. And also they usually say that these white folks who are in America, they are the European reject. So I don't want to go deeper through that, but you just know they are Europeans reject. So this one is saying that I don't know what they are afraid of. We are not even thinking about them. When black people despise someone, we stay away from them. We don't do like they do and go to the people we despise, causing trouble and then wonder why they don't like us. They don't live in our head rent free. We are too busy worrying about where the cooked out is. That weekend that they need to do is go fill those farms jobs and shop, worrying about black people all the damn time. So this one is telling them that right now also black people, they are silent, and the silent of the black people, they are not thinking about these white folks. Black people, they are having so many things to do, but not thinking what these white folks, they are going through right now. So this one saying that I am very glad the black people are not taking being quiet is the best thing a black person can do. All of the black people I know are nice and they are kind. Ask Google what would happen to America if all of the black people moved from America. Exactly. So we need to ask Google what will happen to America if black people will move out of America. And for me, I can tell you that these people, they cannot do without black people. White folks, they cannot do without black people. They cannot do without our country, because these people, they build their country with resources from Africa, from the black countries. These people, they came during slavery. They took our brothers and sisters, our strong men. They went with them and forced them to build their country, which is called America. So you can see the people who build America, it is the black people. And these people, they're using our resources to develop their country. Up to date, they're still using our resources from Africa to develop their country. And that's why I can tell you that these people, they cannot survive without black people. Leave alone right now, they are threatening black people. But these people, we know that they are cannot do without black folks. So let me just read this comment here. This one is saying that Jehovah Nisi promised to return into us all that was stolen, and only with our eye will we behold and see the reward of the wicked. Yeah, so right now these people, they need to start returning some of the stolen things that they stole from black people, the black countries, African countries. They need to start returning these the stolen things, because of these stolen things which it is in their country, it is not giving them peace. So if these people, they really want peace, they need to return some of the things that is stolen from black countries. This one saying that thank you so much for understanding the hell black Americans are going through. This one is saying that black people are going to be relaxing, minding our own damn business. We knew the assignment. Yeah, black people, they knew assignment, and that's why they tried to warn these white folks not to vote in for this administration. But these people, they didn't want to listen the warning from black people. They thought that black people, they want to put their one of them to be the leader, but black people, they knew what it is coming. So this one saying that why are they so afraid of diversity? Why is there so much hate towards other races? Yeah, so this one saying that I got my popcorn with extra butter with my feet kicked up, enjoying the show. Yeah, so this one is saying that he's enjoying the show. Yeah, continue enjoying the show. And also, if you are watching me, enjoy your popcorn, and let's see how these people, they are now going through the challenges and the struggle that black people, you have been going through for so many years. And also remember to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't, share with your friend and family. And remember, this video, we are not laughing to anybody. This video, it is only for educational purpose. So this one is saying that my so-called black people, listen, Trump is helping us cleaning the land of foreign people, eating up our wealth, rulership, resources. The man is trying to get rid of police force that was against us Aboriginal people. We are truly in a reset. We need the National Guard to work for the people and arrest these wicked police. Foreign force on our land awakening already, and let Trump cleans up of this deep state that work for all but us. Allow Trump to reset this land back to constitution. Yeah, so for me, I can tell you that right now what it is happening in America, it is like God is using Donald Trump to punish white American. God is using Donald Trump to punish white America, because for so many years, these people that have been oppressing black people, the people of the color, we have been seeing some of the challenges and the struggle that black people that have been going through in America. And it is like God decided to come and put Donald Trump in office so that they can he can punish these white folks for voting against racism, for voting against their own interests. And right now they are realizing that they did a mistake for voting against racism. So this one saying that then let them be nervous and rage about it. Oh well. This was saying that the more they keep lying to themselves, the more society will keep pushing them in the face. Yeah, so this one saying that we need this. This one saying that certified FBA just want to be left the hell alone. Just stay over there. So this one saying that why would we got involved now after all of you choose this orange colored disaster and second time despite his first disastrous presidency. Yeah, so you can see these people, if you want to know, these people, they usually vote against their own interests. You can see the first time these people, they put DGT in office, and we saw what DGT he did in office. and this time round they came once again and put him in office for second time. These people, they will never learn. These people, even if the DJT will be allowed to vie for a third time, they will still come out and choose DJT for the third time. So this one is to tell you that these people, they will never learn. So let them go through these challenges and the struggle so that they can, maybe they can learn from it. So kindly guys, I want you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and also remember you can share this video. Give this video a thumbs up, because when you give this video a thumbs up, according to the YouTube algorithm, will recommend this video to a lot of people. Kindly, thank you so much. You can share your thought. I'll be reading it in my next video. Thank you so much. God bless you.